The US and Iran are in talks to end the war, and here's where things stand. After months of strikes, blockades, and broken ceasefires, American and Iranian negotiators have reached what Vice President J.D. Vance is calling a successful foundation for a lasting peace agreement. But make no mistake, the hard part is still ahead. Let's back up. The latest round of fighting between the United States, Israel, and Iran began on February 28, when the US and Israel launched airstrikes on Iran. What followed was a rapid escalation. Hezbollah dragged Lebanon into the conflict, Iran effectively closed the Strait of Hormuz, the route for a fifth of the world's oil, and multiple ceasefires were declared, broken, and renegotiated. On June 15, the US and Iran finally signed a memorandum of understanding halting the fighting for 60 days. That's the fragile window the current talks are operating in. So what came out of this first round of negotiations? Vance says the two sides agreed to a roadmap for reaching a final deal within those 60 days. They've also set up a direct line of communication to prevent incidents in the Strait of Hormuz and a so-called deconfliction cell to help keep the peace in Lebanon. Qatar and Pakistan brokered the talks. Switzerland is hosting the next round at the Begenstock Resort on Lake Lucerne. On the financial side, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent announced a 60-day exemption to U.S. sanctions on Iranian oil, a significant reversal of American policy. Vance also outlined a proposal to potentially unfreeze seized Iranian assets, with the condition that any unfrozen money be spent on American goods like soy and wheat. And there's a proposed $300 billion reconstruction fund for Iran on the table, though Trump has said the U.S. government won't be contributing to it. Now, here's what's still unresolved, and it's a lot. The thorniest issue, Iran's nuclear program and its stockpile of enriched uranium, has been deliberately set aside for later. Iran's president said just this past Sunday that the country would never back down from its right to enrich uranium. The only nuclear development worth noting is Vance's claim that Iran agreed to invite UN nuclear inspectors back into the country, which, if confirmed, would be a major shift, since Iran had all but ended those inspections after sites were struck last year. The IAEA and Iran have not yet responded to that claim. Then there's Lebanon. Israel is not a party to this deal, and neither is Hezbollah. Both sides appear to be holding a tense ceasefire for now, but Israel's top diplomat made clear the country won't be withdrawing from the security zone it's established in southern Lebanon. Over the weekend, several Israeli soldiers were killed by Hezbollah, triggering retaliatory strikes, a reminder of just how easily things can unravel. And the Strait of Hormuz remains in dispute. Iran claimed over the weekend it was closing the waterway again over the Lebanon fighting. Vance pushed back, insisting the strait is open. Oil markets have been swinging wildly with every development, dropping more than 2% on Monday's signs of progress. The bottom line, a ceasefire is holding, a framework exists, and both sides are still at the table, but every fundamental question, from Iran's nuclear ambitions to control of a critical global shipping lane, remains unanswered. That's the state of US-Iran talks, a fragile but consequential beginning, with 60 days to turn a roadmap into something real.